Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Andrea Garcia. I graduated from Northeastern's College of Social Sciences and Humanities in 2019, and I'm the co-chair of Northeastern's Young Global Leaders. On behalf of Northeastern University's Young Global Leaders and the Damore School of Business, I want to welcome the first Northeastern African Business Conference. This conference is part of Northeastern's Africa Global Initiative, which aims to strengthen our university's ties within the continent. It's supported by the Young Global Leaders, and it's now my honor to introduce the president of Northeastern University, President Joseph E. Aoun. President?
Good day. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the first annual Africa Business Conference at Northeastern University. I would like to thank all of today's organizers and presenters. Let me start by thanking Trustee Subodh Chanrai. Your support, Subodh, made this initiative a reality. Our young global leaders also contributed substantially to this conference. I also would like to thank our host, the Africa Global Initiative, chaired by Dean Hazel Siv, and the Damore McKim School of Business, and especially the head of the Center for Emerging Market Studies, Ravi Ramamurthy. Our goal today is to chart a pathway of engagement with Africa. Africa is a continent of growth and innovation. It is home to many of Northeastern's students, faculty, and leaders. We are excited to build mutually empowering relationships with our African partners. At Northeastern, we understand that engagement is a two-way street. Professor Ramamurthy reminds us of this fact with his pioneering work on reverse innovation. Reverse innovation happens when people develop solutions that work in the context of their communities. It happens all over the world. That is why we need dialogues like this one. We have real impact when we learn from each other. Today's conference is an important step forward, building deeper relationships and an understanding. Thank you all for your participation in today's program. What you are doing here represents Northeastern's true global spirit. I look forward to hearing the great exchange of ideas. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, President Aoun. In a minute, I will be introducing you to Professor Ravi Ramamurthy, who heads the Center for Emerging Markets at the Damore McKim School of Business. But first, I want to call your attention to a few features in this Zoom session. You are welcome to introduce yourself by giving your name and your city or country of residence in the side chat bar. Questions to the panelists should be asked in the Q&A box. Ravi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Andrea. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. We have a very interesting program planned for this morning, and let me just give you a quick overview of what lies ahead. As you heard from President Aoun, Africa has enormous potential for growth in the coming years. If you look at Africa's share of world GDP, it's about 1/3 of its share of world population. And if you look at its share of world trade, it's about 1/5 of its share of the world population. So there is ample room for Africa to grow, lots of headroom for further growth in the future. Even now, though, Africa is a $2 trillion economy with the possibilities of growing into a $5 trillion economy. It has a very young population. One of the statistics that really hits you is when you see that the average age of the continent of 1 billion people is 18 years. And just for comparison, India is considered a young country. The average age there is 28 years. And in China, of course, I believe it is 38 years. And in the US, it is 35 years. So if you look at the age of the population, that alone is a major reason for all companies everywhere in the world to be thinking about what they might do in Africa. What we've planned today is 3 sessions, and they are going to be vary from being focusing at a very macro level to going down to a more micro level at the level of a company, and then turning back again to look at some issues at a macro level. So our first panel is going to look at the business relationships between the US and Africa. Our second session will drill down deeper to look at one company that is making a real difference in Africa to the lives of average Kenyans, and that is a company called Safaricom. And then we're going to step back again and take a more macro view and look at some of the political issues between the US and Africa.